He survived Auschwitz and turned memory into moral force. This is Elie Wiesel. Elie Wiesel was born in 1928 in the small Romanian town of Sighet, part of a tight-knit Jewish community. His early life was filled with study, family, and tradition. But when he was just 15, the Nazis arrived, and his world shattered. In May of 1944, Wiesel and his family were deported to Auschwitz, and he was separated from his mother and younger sister, and he would never see them again. Elie and his father were forced into slave labor. They survived brutal conditions and starvation and the daily horror of the Holocaust. Later, he was transferred to Buchenwald, and Wiesel watched his father waste away and die just weeks before liberation. And by the time the American forces freed the camp in April of 1945, Wiesel was barely alive. He was orphaned, emaciated, and spiritually numb. He did not speak about what happened for nearly a decade, but when he finally did, the result was night. This is a haunting memoir that would become one of the most powerful literary testaments to the Holocaust. First published in Yiddish in 1955 and then later in French and English, Night did not merely recount what happened, it demanded that the world remember. Wiesel believed that silence was complicity. He became a fierce advocate for remembrance, warning that forgetting the past was to invite its return. And through more than 50 books, countless speeches, and his work with world leaders, Wiesel insisted that we confront hatred, racism, and genocide wherever they appear. His moral authority came not from power, but from pain, whether advocating for Soviet Jews, Rwandan genocide victims, or Bosnian Muslims. He reminded the world that the opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. In 1986, he received the Nobel Peace Prize. The Nobel Committee called him a messenger to mankind, and rightfully so. He turned personal trauma into a global mission of moral urgency. Wiesel's voice was always quiet, measured, often tinged with sorrow, but it was unwavering. When others debated or politicized, he returned to first principles, dignity, memory, and the sacredness of human life. Elie Wiesel's life matters because it's a reminder that even from the darkest depths, a voice can emerge powerful enough to stir the conscience of nations. He didn't just survive the Holocaust. He made sure that it would never be forgotten. His commitment to memory and justice continues to guide educators, human rights activists, and everyday citizens. In a world where denial, hatred, and apathy persist, Wiesel's legacy is not only historical, it's a moral imperative. Remembering him means remembering that our silence can cost lives, and that bearing witness is an act of resistance. Elie Wiesel taught us that to remain silent and indifferent is the greatest sin of all. His story urges us to speak up, remember, and to never look away. Appreciate a like, a comment, a follow, a share, a question for more things that you should know by being alive, because remembering people like Elie Wiesel teaches us how to preserve truth and also humanity. Thank you for watching.